everybody, welcome. It's Saturday night. Where else could you possibly be than at Crafters TV with us? We've had a fantastic day. If you missed the earlier shows today, you would have seen a quite extraordinary craft along that Michelle did. She did a little choo-choo train, beautiful floral choo-choo train filled with chocolate. I mean, how could it be any better? But if you didn't manage to watch that, make sure you go back and do watch that. And if you do make another craft along, you've got a copy of what Michelle has done, please do tag her in the photos that you post on social media, because it's always nice to see other people's takes on things. But tonight's show is a masterclass, and it's all about flowers, pretty flowers. And I'm really looking forward to this, because we're looking at all sorts of different floral products that we've got on the Crafters Companion. So lots and lots of different things to see. Now, if you have any questions, this is your opportunity to message in and ask us. I won't be able to answer them, but my lovely guest over there, Michelle, will be able to answer them. Michelle, how are you doing?
Very well.
Yes?
Very well, thank you.
Have you got rid of all the glitter?
It's still everywhere. I mean, look, it's still
there.
It's still everywhere. But can I just quickly say?
Yeah.
So Alice has been trying to message me.
Oh, right.
Mum. Because apparently I haven't answered. I'm on air. I'm so sorry. But yes, you may order a T-shirt. Okay.
Does she not think, or maybe if I've not heard from my mum, maybe she might be, I don't know, doing her job?
She was like, what are you doing? I'm like, my job, I'm on air. I mean, I wasn't. I was stood here waiting to go on air, but, you know.
So my daughter FaceTimes me when I'm on air. And I think, how can you not know? Or I get the question, what time are you on? Because we change the times for the shows regularly, don't we? You know, no one ever knows. Silly people, I don't know. Lots of people are saying hello anyway. Ben is here, you're Ben. Is saying good evening, everyone. Does Ben not send us any edible treats this week?
He hasn't sent treats up. He's had a very stressful week, though.
Oh, he did, yes. That's true. Yeah.
So he's been on an
emotional roller coaster.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But all is good now. Everything's sorted. He's fine today, so...
I'll let it slide this week. Yeah. Let it slide. But, you know, next time I'm in...
There's no excuse next time. No excuse next time to not cook.
No, absolutely no excuse. I like those, what were they called? The brookies.
Yes.
Brownies and cookies, they were amazing. He's not the only person that's saying hello. Pat is saying hello, good afternoon from New Jersey. Stephen says, evening everyone. Corinne says hello from a very cold Arlington, Washington. Kim Rice is saying, watching you ladies whilst working on your Christmas cards. What collection are you using? What are you doing? Are they funny cards? Are they traditional cards? Let us know what you're using then. Gaz is saying hello, Becky, Michelle and Susie and all the amazing CTV crew and my crafty friends. Hello. Phil Motson said good evening all. And Kim Rice says, my kids do the same. Yeah, children, they're all naughty, aren't they? I don't know. If you're wondering why has that silly lady got that big sparkly crown on her head, it is National Princess Day. We keep saying we're going to make Michelle a crown, but actually we've been too busy gassing in between shows to actually do anything like that. So I do apologise. You've got a virtual crown on your head over there.
I like to think so, yes.
I think so. Maybe we can do a screenshot later and then just put like a little crown image on the top of your head. Yeah.
Could we also like liposuction me, please?
Yeah, maybe, and could you make me taller?
Yes,
and
that as well.
And younger. Yeah. Actually, just get other people in.
Who would be your body double?
Who would be your body double?
Oh, I like Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, me too. She'll be busy. I don't think she's got quite the same body as me, unfortunately.
No, we're definitely a little shorter.
Yeah. And the rest.
Just shorter.
Just shorter.
Not as rich.
No, that's true.
I just see no difference.
No.
Between us and Angelina Jolie.
No, you probably
And she watches.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, she's a big crafter, isn't she?
She is.
Wouldn't it be weird if one of these famous people messages in and goes, actually, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger messages in and go, actually, I watch you all the time, and I'm not going to do the impression because I'm not Ben. But wouldn't that be amazing? I don't know, it'd be quite cool. Kim says she's using the Elegant Angel Edgeable in glitter card and a Holy Night inside for her Christmas cards. That sounds like a nice idea. I like the idea of that. As I say, if you've got any questions about any of the items that we've got on the show today, or any questions with techniques, particularly if you're brand new and perhaps you've been hiding in the shadows, not wanting to say anything, but you are confused about ink pads or something like that, this is the opportunity to ask Michelle. As always, we are always available to you. If you want to message in during the show, we're very happy to answer questions. But equally, if you message us on our social media, we're quite happy to respond back and let you know what's going on or how to do something. But you will find an absolute myriad of information on our website and on Facebook. So you'll be able to watch back all of the shows that you've seen before. Right, we should get started. So the first thing we're going to have a look at is the Say It With Flowers selection that we've got here. I'm going to go through the boards so you can see what you're going to be getting. This first one is a die, which is your dearest friend, which is really beautiful. You'll find this with these dies. They are really quite intricate. You're going to get 2 dies with this. You'll get die to create the matte layer and one to create all of the actual writing. The next one is your Just For You. Always move it the wrong way, that way. Just For You. This is your Floral Splendor. Wow, look at that. Look at the amount of work that's in that die. You get that beautiful effect here. As with all of our samples that we show you on the boards, we do them in black and white so you can properly see the true sort of design of these. This one is your classic Baroque. So you'll get this circular die, but you also get these corners and edges as well. This next one is an edgeable, which is your Statement Floral Bouquet. And you can see here how that looks on that edge of the card. Really, really pretty. And then this is your Pretty Peonies stamp and die sets. So you're going to get a couple of sentiments on there. You're also going to get the stamps here to create those beautiful peonies, and you're going to get the die to cut it out. We've also got ribbon. This is seam binding ribbon in 3 different sizes and in 3 different colours. So you've got the narrow one down here, the mid-size one here, and the larger in the lilac, the pink, and the very pale pink. And then finally, you've got the crepe flower making kit. So this is showing you what you're going to get in the box. You've got a selection of crepe paper in different colours. So you've got the greens, purples, oranges, yellows, and cream. And then you've got these little polystyrene balls for you to make the centre of your flower. You've got some floristry tape, and you've also got some stems as well. So beautiful collection that you've got here. There's a lot there for that money. £32 or $40. Saving of over 70% that you've got there. Platinum price, £25.60 or $32. That's a great price. Wow. And what are you going to show us with these, Michelle?
So is that for all that?
Yeah, I thought that was the price for that. Oh, and it's got linen cardstock in there as well. I forgot to mention that. Wow, that's an incredible deal.
It really is.
Yeah.
I love that deal. Fabulous deal. So I'm going to show you how to use a couple of the items, and of course we're going to make a flower because it's Say It With Flowers. So I've picked the Delightful Rose and I've picked that classic Baroque frame. So I'm going to pop that to the side for now, and we're going to use... Just look, my lucky day, I've got another fresh packet. So let's just pop this open. And then, so what you have got is those beautiful flowers. You've got 4 different sizes, and then you've got the foliage, the leaves as well. Mm-hmm. Which is brilliant, because if you just want to create some little buds, then you're just going to use the smaller one. If you want to be creating some quite large flowers, you can definitely be using all of those, but that small one is absolutely... I think we forget that we can create the buds with just the small one, but don't forget that you can absolutely do that. So I've got some of my red foam. Let's just fold that in half, and then we'll fold it in half again, and we'll pop it on there. And let's just pop all 4 of these on here. If I was at home, I'd probably space them a little bit better, so I would get more out of it than I am. But just for time and speed, I've only folded it over 4 times. It will cut at least 8 times through that foam. Okay. You've got to think, if one of our dies can cut through 2 sheets of 310 GSM cardstock, then 8 sheets of that foam is absolutely no problem at all.
Would they be able to go through a manual machine?
Yes, yeah, the die cut through our mini and our midi, die cut beautifully. Look at the embossed detail.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Just on that. You see that? There you go, look at the embossed detail. It's absolutely gorgeous. So if you're cutting these out of cardstock, that embossed detail is going to stay in there lovely. If you're doing what we're doing and you're just creating the foam flowers, which means most of the time that you're going to be heat setting these, then you are going to lose that emboss. But it doesn't really matter because I mean, you know, you're losing the emboss, but what you're gaining is absolutely beautiful foam flower. So I'm just separating these up. So you might notice that I haven't got my iron out or anything. We're not going to use it today. Sometimes when I'm at home and I want to make some foam flowers, and I'm just too lazy to go get my iron out. It's not upstairs with the ironing, it's a craft iron.
Yeah.
You know, the other kind of ironing is just no.
You don't iron?
No, I hate ironing.
I don't like ironing.
If I have to iron, I will, but if I can get away with it, I absolutely won't. So sometimes I just do one flower and I don't want to get everything out. So this is how I used to do it before I got all of my kit, so my iron and everything like that. We're just going to fold it up like we do. Normally you've popped it onto the iron to heat it, and then you're going to fold your petals up. So I'm just going to fold mine up anyway, and we're just going to twist with our fingers. If you've got your little petal distressing tool, you can do that on here, but sometimes, you know, it's just nice and quick and easy just to do one like this. So again, we're just going to fold that up and we're just going to sort of concertina it. And as you're rolling, you're gently pulling outwards with your fingers. So it's just giving it a little bit of a stretch. And what you're doing by doing that is you're just in place of the iron with the heat, because you're creating the heat in between your fingers by rubbing those petals. So you're still going to get a lovely stretched out petal. It's not going to stay looking sort of clumpy and fat like they do like this. I will show you in a minute. So I'm just going to do a couple of each. So that's too big, too medium. We'll do too small now. And again, just...
Doesn't it possible that that is going to make a nice flower?
No, it doesn't. It will do though.
Have you made a mistake then, Michelle?
No. This is how I did some flower forming lessons before we brought out our foam, sorry. And it was one of the best things I've ever done. But the thing is, you were manually doing it a lot of the time like this. So we've got like our petal distresser now, which of course you can absolutely be using. I just wanted to show you that actually you can still do it this way. So, I mean, straight away, we've gone from that to that. So you can see that you've got sort of the texture and the consistency that we're wanting to create. Now, sometimes by doing it in between your fingers like that, I don't know if you can see that, I've got some little splits in my flower, which is what you want. It's nice. It's sometimes petals do look like that, and it just, again, it gives it a little bit more texture. I've got my ball tool, and you can just gently, this centre bit, so from the centre to about here, not those edges, I'm going to really gently just pop that on there. And again, you don't have to use your ball tool. If you've recently started crafting and you've got some of this in one of our special lucky gift bags or something like that, and you haven't got any of the tools and you think, well, I can't flower form yet, you absolutely can. So instead of using that ball tool, I'm just using my fingers, and we're just going to do that. So you're going to get the same effect by using just your fingers. So if you think I'd like to try it, I've only got foam, do I want to invest in all those tools before I do? Then this is the way to do it. I'm being very careful because I've got all those. But look how lovely that looks.
Yeah, Amazing.
So you're definitely not doing more than 1 or 2 flowers like this because it kills your fingers when you're making lots and lots of flowers. So that's definitely when you're going to go in and you're going to get your tools if you find that this is something that you like. So I've just got a couple there. So straight away, look at the difference.
Yeah. You can really sort of see, because most of the time petals they've got like that fluted edge, don't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. So all we're doing is we're just very gently stretching just at the bottom of that petal where it meets the centre. If you don't like those little bits of rips in it, just be a little bit more gentle when you are either using your distressing tool or your hands to do this. But I love that effect that it gives. It just gives you such a different look to the flowers that I normally do. So I normally show you how to make these into a lovely cupped rose. I never really do sort of a shabby chic-esque flower with these. So I thought I'd do just a little bit of a different one today. So just being really careful.
Lillian Kwok says, can you use your mini toboggan?
You can, absolutely. Your petal distressing tool,
yeah.
Absolutely, of course you can. But I just wanted to show you a different way, and the fact that, if you just want to do one flower and you don't want to get all your stuff out, or like I say, I had someone message asking about her flowers and how to do them. And I just thought, I've shown you how to use your toboggan,
yeah.
your finger distressing tool. I've shown you how to do it with the iron and things. So I just thought I'd show you how to do one without any of the equipment.
Yeah.
Your equipment obviously makes it easier and quicker to do. But if you just want to pop one flower onto a card, then that's the way you can do it. So, from your piece of foam to that, to a beautiful petal just like that. I love flower forming. I think it's such an amazing, when you sort of see the steps and then see the results, I just think it's amazing, I really do. So I've got my petals, we're going to pop them onto a card in a minute, but I've also got this die, so we're going to use this. And what I love about this is, again, let me just open it up. It's a beautiful frame. You've got that beautiful frame, you've got those corners, and you've got that edgeable as well. So, you've got so much in here to be creating with your cards. So I'm going to pop that to the side because we're going to finish this. I'm going to bring in my card base first. So what I did with this card base, I got some of the textured cardstock and patterned paper, and I popped it on, run it through. So I ain't brought no spare with me, which is why I'm showing you it like this. So just run it through the machine and you can see that I've got it die cut out beautifully. So just by using that main one. So we're going to pop that on first, just going to glue that on. Now, when you run this through, what I tend to do is I'll just get a little bit of dotty tape pen, I'll pop it on there and I will mat and layer those 3 pieces.
Yeah.
I will run it through. Now, considering I've got 3 pieces on there, it probably will run through because, again, I said earlier, those dies cut through 2 lots of 310 GSM. This is probably a little bit less because you've got 300, your texture cardstock is, what is it, about a 200? And your paper's about a 180 or a 180 and a 150. So it should cut through beautifully. The only place that you're going to get a bit of trouble through those 3 layers is those decorative pieces. So it's going to cut through those 2 perfectly. But what it's going to give you, it's going to give you an indentation on there. So it means that you can remove this, pop that back on, run it through, and it's going to finish cutting through there. And because you've used that as sort of a stencil to get it in place, it's all going to then mat and layer up perfectly.
Okay.
So I'm going to use just my tacky glue, or my multi-purpose, sorry. Is it multi-purpose or all-purpose? All-purpose. And the card is I get mixed up every time between the glue and the card, because there's multi-purpose and all-purpose, isn't there?
Yeah.
So just gluing that into place.
Well, we say it's all purpose, but like you say, you wouldn't use it on coated cardstock. So
No,
that should
I
be
wouldn't.
multi-purpose.
See, now here is the controversy. Lily does.
Oh,
Lily does, and well, I don't know anyone other than Lily does. I think she just likes to be a little bit different. She's like, this is how we're going to do it? No, this is how Lily's going to do it. Right, so how lovely is that looking? So the next thing we're going to do, for the inside of my card, again, some of that textured cardstock, and I've stamped Thinking of You because that's going to sit beautifully in that aperture. So again, let's bring in the glue, pop this on. But if you are confused about glues and stuff, we've got so many glue schools. I think Leanne did one not so long ago, didn't she? Oh yes, it was Craft.
was that the one? I don't think. I think Craig did that one. I think Leanne was going to, but something came up in the end, so Craig did that one. But yeah, it was. It might say Leanne.
There's so many. We've all done one, I think, definitely.
I haven't. Just saying.
We've nearly all done one.
Yeah, don't put me in for glue school because you won't find anything.
Right, so using that same die, not only have I been able to create that aperture, but it obviously die cuts these out for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to pop some acetate behind there. So then I can pop that on. Because that looks okay, but when you pop that in the middle, it looks really nice. Mm-hmm. So open that back up. Let's peel the backing off of this.
I think Craig calls himself an adhesive geek, doesn't he?
Yeah. I think when you start to craft, and then you start to really get into your craft, I think we all do. I think we all become a little bit obsessed with glues. Because you were saying earlier, they all work brilliantly for something different. So, you know, if you are crafting and doing lots of different things, you want the correct glue, the one that's going to work properly. So there's like lots. So for instance, this, your Dottie is perfect for this. So, you know, but your normal tape pen isn't. So they've all got a purpose. They've all got something they're good at. It's a bit like people, isn't it? We've all got our strengths and weaknesses.
We do. I'm not sure what my strength is. I think my strength is being a little bit odd.
Is what?
Being a little bit odd. But I can't put that in a job interview when they say, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And you say, oh, my weaknesses, I'm a perfectionist. You know, or that's the kind of thing. But yeah, maybe I should be honest and say, I'm a little bit weird.
I'm a little bit weird. I once went for a job interview.
Yeah.
And he asked me what my hobbies were. And at that time, so this is before I had any kids, it was dancing. I was a dancer.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, can you show me any moves? And I was like, I beg your pardon. He says, show me some dancing. So in his office, I was teaching him a little bit of a cha-cha. It was the strangest interview.
Did you get the job?
No.
Oh.
I think he used me for a free dance lesson.
Oh, because I would have thought when it gets to things like that, it's normally because they're going to offer you the job. When my my daughter's boyfriend went for his job, they were most interested in, I mean, they obviously seen what his exam results are, they were most interested in his painting. So he paints on shoes.
Oh.
And he started it in lockdown, started painting leather shoes, and then won a competition, had his shoes, but by the paint company, had his shoes exhibited in London at DesignerCon. And it was that they were interested in, and
wow.
those kind of things. Yeah, it wasn't. So it's always about having something a little bit different about you, I think. Yeah. And actually, let's be honest. I mean, you sit through interviews, and everyone's like, "Oh, I really want this job," and you know, saying all the things you expect them to hear. And then someone comes in and says, "Well, I like to dance," and you think, "Oh, actually, okay, this sounds quite exciting. Something a bit different." makes you more memorable.
Yes,
so
it was.
Everyone here can say, well, I can craft. Obviously, you know, if you go for a job in the craft industry, they're going to know that you craft anyway. But, you know, you can say, well, you know, I know lots about different types of glue to use with cardstock. That is my specialist subject. And I can dance as well.
I'm a glue geek.
Yeah. And you can roller skate, can't you?
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't do like the whole backwards and, you know, the fancy stuff.
Yeah.
I can stay upright. So I've just popped a couple of those flowers together. I'm going to pop one there and one there. We're just going to sort of frame the frame a little. And then we've got some of those petals, and you, not petals, sorry, the leaves. And you saw, I'm just using my fingers just to sort of shape these. So let's pop that under there, and again, framing that frame. And then we'll pop a couple under there. And then this one. So I don't have anything in the middle. Obviously you can use your stamens, but normally I end up bringing a bead in. So I'm going to just grab a couple of my beads and I'm going to pop them, because I always say to you, oh, I use beads in mine, and then I always forget to bring some. So these are just proper, I think the jewellery beads, because they've got those little, they've got the holes all the way through. So they're nothing special. I'm just trying to decide which one I want to use.
You could have used some stamens on those.
You could absolutely use the stamens on those, yes. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue, hot glue, and I'm going to pop that right in the middle. And it's just a little bit different, something a little bit different. But I do use lots of jewellery beads and stuff in my crafting. It gives it, again, you've got that 3D look there, that 3D element, and I think it just makes it look a little bit different. Just getting that hot glue off. So pressing those down, just going to turn that round and stand that up. So just a different way to distress your petals if you don't want to get all you, if you're lazy like me and sometimes just can't be bothered to get all your stuff out, you can still create some beautiful flowers.
That's a great idea. I love that. And I think they're showing us a different way of using, being able to distress them. Because you might have packed all your stuff up because you're going travelling or going on holiday or moving house. And that's a great thing, rather than thinking, oh, I've got to go and find my iron. I really like that idea. So this is using your Say It With Flowers selection that we've got here for you today. The first one is your Dearest Friend die. And then we also have the Just For You. So in each of these, you're going to get the matin layer and also the details in there too. Then we've got some seam binding ribbon. We've also got the classic Baroque die, which you just saw Michelle using. This next one is your Floral Splendor die, which is very pretty, that one. This is your Delightful Rose, which again you saw Michelle using. So these are the dies down here that you've just seen her use. We've then got a stamp and die set. This is your Pretty Peony, so you've got a couple of little sentiments in there too. You've also got your Statement Floral Bouquet, which is your edible or bucket. Bouquet, residence, lady of the house speaking. That's what I say when I answer my phone. Actually, do you know what? Someone asked me what my home phone number was, and I have not got a clue. I don't even know if we have a landline anymore. This is a collection of linen cardstock. Now, generally speaking, with these collections, we might do like 4, 5, maybe 6 colours. You've got plenty of colours in here. You've got pale pinks, darker pinks. You've got more of a browny colour, greens, oranges, blues, lots and lots of different colours in there. And then finally, you've got your selection of crepe paper, as well as those little balls and those floristry wire and tape as well in here. £32 or $40. Platinum price is £25.60 or $32. Rosalind says, that is simple and beautiful. And Sue Benson says, I hope everyone knows well, Michelle, that is a lovely card. I think it really does look nice. Elaine, I hope you're saying okay, says, Lily, always says that she doesn't go close to the edges, and that's how she uses the collateral purpose, by not putting it right to the close to the edges of the card.
Right, yeah, so it doesn't leak out.
The next one, I wasn't listening to Nicola when she told me what it was. This one, this one. I need to give these to Michelle. Oh, hold on, hold on. These ones over here. Excuse me for a moment. I'm going over there. Bye.
We'd both disappeared then. We just, you know.
Those ones.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, that's no problem. That's no problem.
Now the difficult thing is deciding which one I want to use.
Can I choose for you?
Yes.
I think Forget Me Not. I like that one.
Okay.
That's the only one I haven't got over there. So these are our floral frames. These have got an embossing folder as well as a die in there to cut the aperture. This first one here is your striking gerbera. We then have your vibrant rose. This next one is your dancing daffodils. We then have one which I cannot pick up, peony blooms, and then finally we have the Forget-Me-Not. Is that right, the price for all of those? Over 70% saving on here, £19 or $22, platinum £15.20 or $17.60. That's amazing. I'm not surprised. Well, look, if you haven't already got these, you'll want to have them because at that price, you know, you'll want to keep hold of them or maybe give them, you know, maybe you've got a crafty friend that might like them. That is a great deal, more than 70% off. Wow. Michelle, what are you going to do? And let me guess, perhaps you're going to be using this one, the Forget-Me-Not.
Yes. I was trying to think which way my head needed to shake and what one I needed to say. I'm going to use the peony blooms, only because I've got my pink card all ready for it.
It can be a pink Forget-Me-Not.
Can you do you want me to do it?
No,
I
Michelle,
don't mind.
you stick with what you want. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Doesn't matter.
So, we're going to use the Timeless Forget-Me-Nots.
It's not going to win Demo of the Day anyway. It won't. Oh, come on. Were you here when we did the craft along? Did you not see the craft along? I can't imagine anyone would not look at the craft along that Michelle did earlier on and did not say, oh my goodness, that has got to win forever, because it was amazing.
Thank you very much.
That's because I want the chocolate that's inside it.
Did.
Is that true, Michelle, that I'm hearing in my ear that you had Ferrero Rochers in your craft along and I wasn't here?
I did.
Oh, but with these chocolates, you would have been really spoiling us. I prefer the white chocolate ones. Do you like those ones?
No, it's not what I had. I like a bit of white chocolate, but I'm not a fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no. I like... yes, Ben came home from the supermarket one day. He went, oh, look what I found. And he had some white chocolate toffees.
Oh, nice.
And he obviously knows that I'm not that keen on white chocolate. He went, they're for Craig. Has he seen these yet?
That's rude, isn't it?
I was like, where's my chocolate? He went, you're diabetic, you can't have chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm in remission, it doesn't count. But anyway, back to this. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a cut and emboss, so it acts like a 2D. So you're going to use your two outside plates to cut this. But I love that you've got that aperture inside. And you've got this here, so don't throw this away. If you want to put this on some foam pads and create that lovely, have I got that the right way? I suppose it doesn't really matter. And you want to create that lovely depth, you can be popping either a sentiment on here, a flower, anything that you know you're going to put sort of in the middle of the aperture. And it's going to work absolutely lovely. So I'm going to bring in my water, because I've done it on watercolour card. I'm going to bring in a couple of brushes, and I'm just looking for my kitchen roll, which is just here. So aqua pens as well, obviously. You could use your ink pads, because you know your water-based ink pads, you're going to be able to watercolour with those as well. So I've got a couple of colours. I've got the Bud Green, I've got Topaz, and I have got Rose Pink. So we're going to have Rose Pink Forget-Me-Nots.
Are you doing Forget-Me-Nots now?
Yes.
Oh,
I've done
thanks.
them. You're
They
very
don't come in
welcome.
that colour pink, but...
So I'm going to do this in the way that I always do. I'm just going to wet my brush and I'm going to paint these. So I'm going to add a little bit more colour to the centre.
I like a Forget-Me-Not.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Did you ever read The Borrowers?
No.
Do you know what I mean by The Borrowers?
Yeah.
So they in the Borrowers book, when they finally go outside and they see all the flowers and they see Forget-Me-Nots, and they say that they are flowers for borrowers because they're tiny little things.
Oh.
And I've always thought that it's almost like the kind of thing you'd expect a fairy or a very tiny elf to pick and then pop in a vase at home.
Yeah. I've seen the film, but I never read the book.
My mum
There was a
bought
film,
me
wasn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They did it. So Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter films, he played, I think it was called Pod, maybe not. He played one of the borrowers when he was a small child.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See, getting useless information.
Do you know, I love our conversations because I will start off with something and you will end up with, oh, I bumped into them in the supermarket, or they live down the road from me.
What did I say that about earlier on?
I got to cuddle their baby.
Oh, Catherine Tate.
Yes.
I literally bumped into her at the supermarket. Yeah. No, ages ago, years ago, I bumped into her. Yeah. I don't, yeah. It's not that I know any of them, but I obviously quite clearly stalk them. No, I don't know. Sue Benson says, I'm helping my friend set up her kitchen today. I cut pads for rugs on Thursday. Her scissors failed. I had my CC scissors, did the job, saved the day, and she'd ordered a pair already.
Love
That's good to know. They are very sturdy, those scissors.
Oh, they are. They are just absolutely amazing scissors. They really are. So all I've done, as you can see, is I've popped a little bit of that ink just on, just sort of to the centres of those flowers. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take all the ink off, and just with a wet brush, we're going to just drag it out a little bit. So adding no more ink, just dragging that out with a wet brush. Added a little bit too much water there. And then you get that natural ombre, that natural blend out of colours.
Beautiful. If I had to come closer to the screen so I can see it properly.
So again, you can see that I'm not taking too much time with this. You would definitely take a lot more time, but the thing is, the aqua pens, and again, this embossing folder, it is so beautiful that you can really throw one of these together. If you've got a last minute card and you want to do something fabulous, use your aqua pens on anything, especially an embossing folder. But one like this, it just makes it so easy.
And I suppose all the hard work's done then, isn't it, for you?
It absolutely is. I mean, you know, that's coming together absolutely beautiful. So, and you're not using a lot of ink either. You're using a tiny little bit that you saw me put on the glass mat. But these particular frames, they're one of my favourites to watercolour in, because it's just, they're just lovely. It's just a really lovely embossing folder. So just pulling all that colour out.
You really have used the tiniest amount, haven't you?
Yeah, you absolutely do.
So does anyone ever use aqua pens straight onto the paper?
Yeah, you absolutely can. This is just my favourite and my preferred way, but I think Sarah did it yesterday, didn't she? She used those aqua pens in the Kingfisher collection. And you can absolutely go in. In fact, when I do those leaves, I'll do it that way and show you on the card both ways to do it. So I'm just keep dipping until you've got enough water on there. There we go. It's just a couple more.
I found the card that Sarah did yesterday when she used the aqua pens directly onto the paper.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just it's what you prefer.
Yeah.
The brilliant thing about the aqua pens is, if you do want to go straight on, you've got a real fine nib on there that you can really get into really small spaces. But you've also got that lovely brush nib on there as well. So if I just, using that brush nib, just at the bottom of those petals, I'm going to add a little bit of ink. And then bring a wet brush in, or if you've got our clear sparkle overlays, bring those in. But you just drag it out in exactly the same way. If you want more green up the middle of that, just bring in that fine point and add some green. But you can see, because it's wet, it starts to blend out itself anyway. So then really just drag all that colour out. Let's do it on this one as well. Pop a little bit of green up there. And again, just with a wet brush, no colour on it, drag that colour out. So either way is so easy, and it just looks amazing when you're done. Let's get these few petals up at the top. Not petals, leaves, aren't they?
I know what you mean.
Does that worry you?
Maybe it should.
So again, just a little bit of water, way too much on there. So just dab it off and then go back in. If you've put too much on and your card got a little bit saturated, then just dab it off, wait for it to dry, and then you can go back in.
I suppose that's the beauty of putting it on the mat like you started with it, because you could just then, you build up the colour, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And then lastly, I mean, I don't even have to watercolour this per se, so I've got that lovely topaz, and I'm just going to put some little dots in the middle, which is my little, what are they called, those bits in there?
Stamens?
Is that what they're called? Of course they are.
Well, I suppose they're not always stamens, are they? I don't know what you call them if they're...
I don't
like
know.
if you have a dandelion, for example, I don't think they're called stamens in the middle.
Yeah,
I don't know.
not got a clue.
Someone
But
will
they're
let us know.
pretty.
Fluffy bits
There
in the
you
middle.
go. Yeah, fluffy bits. So, you know, I don't even need to add any water to that in the middle, because they're just beautiful pens. So how quick has that come together, look?
Yeah, look, very quick. Very,
you.
very, very pretty. What a lovely colour that you've chosen now. For the forget-me-nots.
So we're just going to pop a nice and simple card together. So I've got a 10-fold card. It is 7 by 5. So this is the Centura Pearl that that I'd picked, which is why I'd gone.
Pink?
Yes, it's the baby pink. So pop that on here, and then another matte piece. So sometimes if you're doing a real simple card and you feel that it's a bit too simple, so if you just wanted to pop an embossing folder on and a sentiment, if you do a few mats and layers, so you can see that I've got 4 on there. I've got my card, then pink, then white, then pink. That's something that you can do. Build up those mats and layers if you want to have just something very simple on the front, because what that does is it makes it look quite luxurious. without having to do anything else to it. So just lots of mats and layers on there looks so much better than if I just had one mat and layer on there. So I'm going to pop, I've got a little bit of acetate, I'm going to pop that behind it because it's going to give it just a bit of rigidity because it's that water colour card, and it's still a little bit damp for now. So let's just again, I'm using my dotty. I'm not using my dotty, sorry, my normal.
Stephanie is saying it seems to be very relaxing, the watercolouring. It is nice to watch colouring, isn't it?
I think it's because there's no pressure. When you're watercolouring, it always looks amazing. I think when you're alcohol colouring, I mean, it's very mindful, don't get me wrong, but I think you concentrate a little bit more. But with watercolouring, it just comes together so beautiful. So I'm going to pop that on there. I'm going to quickly go in with some foam on a spherical piece of cardboard.
It's all right, we've always sung it once.
We've already sung it, yeah.
I'll let you off.
I never get tired of singing that song.
No, I think it's quite good fun. My mum does say, please don't sing that song anymore.
Oh, does she? So, I'm getting big pieces of paper stuck everywhere. So if you're making your shaker card, don't forget to make sure that all these edges are sealed. You don't want to lose any of your sequins or beads, whatever it is that you're sort of popping in there. If you're creating a baby card, pop some buttons in there.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
Yeah. Because the thing is, you just remember you can double up your foam tape so you can make it deeper. So things like buttons and beads will fit in. So I've already got some that I brought from home. Let's cut that off. So they are ours. It's those Aurora Borealis ones. I don't know if that's what they're technically called.
Well, they're kind of...
Is that so? Oh,
they are sort of
look at me getting a name right for once. So, there we go. Pop that on there. I've got Love and Hugs. Oh. And I'm going to pop that up there. And I'm not going to put anything else on that because I don't think you need to. So, make sure all your sides are stuck down, but a lovely shaker element.
That's gorgeous.
With those forget-me-nots.
Oh, that's really nice. I like that. And so these are our floral frame dies. This is a forget-me-not, which you've just seen Michelle using. So they work in the same way that you've got that embossing foil around the outside, and then you've got the die that cuts out the aperture in the middle. The next one is your striking gerbera. Very pretty design over that. Well, then you have your vibrant rose. This one is your dancing daffodils. And this final one is your peony blooms. The price for all of these, which is an incredible price, 70% saving, is £19 or $22. Platinum price is £15.20 or $17.60. That is great. Sue says, very sweet. I think that's a really pretty card. Like you say, very quick and easy to make. If you haven't got anything, you need to make a card quickly, you want it to be spectacular. That really did look spectacular, didn't it? Well done, Michelle. Aren't you clever? Other items we've got on the show, we've got the stamping. Have I got that here? I have, hold on. Let me have a look. So if you are new to stamping and you've been trying without success like I did at home just by using my hand, you need a stamping platform. I didn't realise how much I needed one of these. But I was just like holding the stamp and I was going like that and that didn't work. It didn't work. I tried using a glass, that didn't work either. Stamping platform is the way to go. But stamping platform and having the stamping mat as well. This is a foam mat, so it gives you that little bit of jump, I suppose, when you're stamping down. You get a better impression by using this. We've got this on a good deal again, 20% saving on this one, £12.78 or $18.32. Platinum is £10.22 or $14.66. Yeah, used to get myself in a bit of a mess when it came to stamping without using a stamping platform because I didn't know I needed one. I wasn't aware. I didn't know about a rocker block. I didn't know about any of those things. I just got some stamps and I thought, oh, what can I do? Like that.
I think if you're doing sort of collage, mixed media, and you only want a little bit of stamp on there, then that you definitely do it that way, but any other way.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look, I have to say. And this is definitely something to pop into your basket. And great if you've got someone who's a new crafter that perhaps wants a little bit of a stocking filler, you might want to do that. Next thing, this is a quick thing I'm going to show you about the using the Kingfisher. Sarah did this yesterday, I think, using the aqua pens directly onto the card, and we are going to show you a little bit more about the Kingfisher collection.
Before I start showing you it, because it's fabulous, right, I'm going to show you some of the samples that the team have done, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of some of the stuff I'm going to be making, because it's amazing. If I do say so myself, it's absolutely amazing, right?
It is.
I'm going to come back to that one in a second because I love that. Oh, I'm going to come back to that.
Hello.
It's known where to start.
No.
I mean, they're all knocking out the park, but I love.
Incredible.
I absolutely love it. So there is this amazing, absolutely massive big creator card where the wings of the Kingfisher lift up.
Yeah.
Now, if that wasn't enough, you see all the beautiful vibrant colours? That is because we have tri-blend aquas, brand new tri-blend aquas.
Amazing.
Exclusive to this collection, guys, as well, right? So whether you're wanting to do the Kingfisher in your lovely big showcase piece like that with a creator card, or this is wonderful, right? Now I'm going to show you, can you see, you've got like the splash effect. I needed to put that down just to really show it off.
Yeah.
This is a 3D embossing folder like nothing else, guys, but it's just made to be coloured with those beautiful tri-blend pens. I'm going to be teaching you that over the course of the show. We have an amazing stencil set in this one, so that you can create your own beautiful blossoms like this. Now, we have two Kingfishers. We have the Kingfisher in flight, and then we also have, let me get you one, the Kingfisher sitting. I wouldn't like to choose. You don't have to choose. In the showstopper, we've got absolutely everything, okay? Well, I mean, the papers, of course, are to die for, but you've got that Kingfisher in flight. Every Kingfisher is going to be coloured with those lovely tri-blends. You've got all these accessory pieces, Ben, that you can die, cut and stamp. I'm going to be teaching you how to do some of these lovely background techniques.
Nice.
Let me show you as well, if you're going for background techniques, we have this amazing, it's like the round die cut that's going to go in the centre.
Yeah. And
then, can you see, do you want me to show you the card that I'm going to be doing?
Go on.
Okay, so I'm going to show you, I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to show you how to do this lovely background.
Oh, I love that.
Then the Kingfisher in flight. We're going to do a little bit of painting with the Kingfisher in flight. Yeah. And then you've also got that lovely roundel in the background. Should we do this one first, actually?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, go on. I'll do that as
Decision made.
Now, this is another one with that fabulous bit. Isn't that wonderful there? That's like a piece of artwork. Honestly, and you can't help but touch it because all of this, it's all three-dimensional embossing.
Incredible.
I am going to teach you, might be the launch day show, I can't get it all done in wake-up call, but I'm going to teach you how to use the watercolours to do effects like this.
I love that.
Oh, it's fabulous, isn't it? I love it. We do have some phenomenal embellishments in this one. Like the feathers, darling, like the feathers. Like the vellum. I know you said the 12 by 12 pad's going to be where it's at with this one. Wait till you see the vellum. It's going to knock your socks off, right? There are some absolutely outstanding samples. Some of the things our designers have done with this collection, I have not seen done with any other collection before. It is that phenomenal, right? Now, I'm going to walk you through everything that is in the range so that you can see, and then I'll let Ben explain what's in what's in the bonus buy, what's in the showstopper, everything like that, but you're going to need it all, okay? The papers. Now, have you noticed, Ben, that we've started putting one of these at the back of a lot of the paper pads these days? So you've got like a nice topper piece. Look how vibrant. When you see a bee track like that, you just know how vibrant the colours are going to be, okay? Now, it is one of our 36 sheet pads, which means you're getting 3 of each of 12 beautiful designs. What I would say in this one, more so than any other design that we're doing, the colours are richer. Yeah. They're deeper, and it's just nature of the Kingfisher. We did a Nature's Garden range a few years ago. I can't remember the name of which one it was, when the colours were a lot richer. Oh, I'm trying to think. It'll come to us. It'll come to us. But all I can remember is it sold out in the week. Like the paper pad sold out in the day, and that sold out in the week.
This is going to
because
disappear.
we don't get much this rich.
Yeah.
And the florals, they're just absolutely to die. I mean, you know how papers are incredible and just getting better and better. But you know, ones where you see the birds in flight, they're wonderful. Either as background papers, or you've got your beautiful Kingfishers if you want to use them as the centerpieces. Now, there's your 12 by 12. I'm going to show you the 6 by 6 as well, so that you can see the patterns. Again, we've done the small ones, and on the whole, these designs are the same but kind of smaller.
Okay.
Right, because it works. So these are a whole card front ready to go, whereas your 12 by 12s are the ones that you're going to cut into for your different shapes and styles of cards. Okay, and they do all work on both sizes, right? Oh, I'm going through a little bit fast there, but you get the look at them. Aren't they just incredible, right? So there's your 6 by 6 as well as your 12 by 12. Yeah. The vellum, if ever there was a collection that lent itself perfectly to working with vellum, this is the collection, right? Yeah. Look at how vibrant. Look at how vibrant those colours are. And even when you take just the sheet, you can see the vibrancy. Those are the ones that lend themselves really, really well to being vellum. I mean, are you absolutely kidding, right?
Wow. So
the vellum is 150 GSM, right? And you get 24 sheets, and obviously the vellum's single-sided because it's translucent. So it's got to work both sides. So it looks more translucent if you take it from the back. But just giving you an idea of some of the designs, they are phenomenal, right? So that's the vellum. And then finally, while I'm on the cards and papers, I might as well show you the linen card, because I want you to see the colours, and I want you to see them how they work with them papers, because I think when the colours are, when it's a really vibrant colour palette like this, it's more important than ever to have the right linen cardstock to match it, because chances are you won't have this sort of depth and shade and colour in the, can you see?
So rich.
So you probably won't have shades this rich in a regular linen card pad. So I know some people are always like, well, do I need these colours or not? With this one in particular, I would say it's a resounding yes, okay? So that's your linen card pad, and you can just see there how well they work with it. You can see all the different colours. So look at that, because I've put that on top of the fuchsia, it's brought them colours out a little bit more, but you still don't lose the intensity in the blues, you know, whereas take it over on some of the deeper blues and you get a completely different look behind your vellum. Really good. And I'm going to be walking you through all of this over the course of both the wake-up call and the show, right? Now, in terms of our extras, I did talk about those 3 tri-blend pens, okay? So in there, you're going to get the gold, sunflower and the bud green. You've got the magenta, the crimson, the orange, the evergreen. Obviously, we've got the Kingfisher, as you would expect, and the navy, right? So between them, Ben, I think it's all the stuff you need to do landscapes as well as your Kingfishers. Yes. And I'll be doing loads of demonstrations with them over the course of the day. We have got a big pack of feathers. Oh, wow. And we've gone for seam binding ribbon in this collection in the beautiful deep shades that perfectly match in with that cardstock pad. And then let me go through all of the hardware, as it was, all of the beautiful dies that we've got in here. Now, that lovely big showstopper die that I said about is this one here. Look at the detail. And honestly, it is detail like nothing else. Unreal. We've tried to put detail so that you could colour it. We've put detail that would lend itself well to paper piecing. It's been a beautifully hand-illustrated die, really gorgeous. One of the cards I'm going to be doing for you today. Look at that. Amazing. Even just, so that's on like a roundel front, how beautiful is that, right? Just as a black and white. Better if you start and colour it. Now, you've got a lovely edgeable on this one here, right? So that's called the Blossoming Floral Border. Now, in terms of the actual Kingfishers, we've done 2. So we've done the Sitting Kingfisher, which is called Blue Lightning, and we've Flying Gem, which is your Kingfisher in flight. Both of them, you get the main die and also you get that stamp. The stamp, yeah. So what I would say is brilliant on watercolour card, these. Now, we've done a nice scene. So you've got like a scene, so if you want to place your Kingfisher into a scene, you've got that. Beautiful. There is the one I was talking to you about. I love this die. I'm going to use it in my first demonstration. You've got all of your accessory pieces from around you, so you can build your scenes. There is that big set. So I said, if you want to build this up here, you've got the different layers you could build up with so many of your different ink pads. We've got all the nice sentiments that are going to finish that off as well. We've done a range of silhouette stamps, so you know that lovely scene that I showed you, Ben, where I've done the watercolour background stamp on? That was done with the silhouettes. Effective. And finally, you've got that lovely one big showstopper piece that is the 3D.
Everyone's talking about that folder, I tell you.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wait till I get to my demos with that. That might be, if I don't get into it in this show, it'll be in the launch day, but you've got me for 4 hours, guys. Got loads to show you.
fantastic to get all of that insight into the Kingfisher collection. And this is the card that we were talking about, using the aqua pens directly onto the card. You've seen Michelle using them onto the glass mat and picking them up with the paintbrush, but this is showing them actually straight onto there. And you get really rich, very deep colour. So it's great to have those two different options. Cat Butt. Cat, is that your real name? Cat Butt has messaged in and said, I have this die and I didn't know how to use it, so thank you. I think that those dies, they're cut and embossed dies with those floral frames, really, really beautiful. And like Michelle says, very quickly to make a fantastic card with no problem at all. Did you say we've got some little pictures to see? We've got some photos for you to have a look at. What have we got? Oh, look!
Oh, it looks like it's got gloves on.
Oh, it does.
Oh my God.
What is the cat called? Do we know? Is it called Mittens? This is from Rhonda. That is such a cute cat. We don't know what the cat's called. I think Rhonda's got a few cats, hasn't she? I think that is a very cute cat. Makes me really want my cat. This isn't a cat. This is Freya from Gina. Oh my goodness. And the flat cap. Does he wear the flat cap all the time? What I need to know is a dog. No, sometimes you get a cat with a hat
as well.
Do you get a puppy with a hat? I don't know. The next one, oh, it's gorgeous. Next one, Ralph and Rosie from Rosalind.
God.
Look at those faces. Oh, I love the fact they're all snuggled up. Are there not 3 dogs there? Or is that a pillow? Is it a pillow? They're merging in with the bedding. Oh, they are gorgeous. I bet you those are the kind of dogs that you have to put some sun cream on their ears, otherwise they're going to get burnt.
Oh, they're adorable.
They're so white. Oh, and the next one we've got a little cat. This is from Sally. This is Millie wearing a Christmas jumper. Is that from now or is that from a few years ago? Oh, look. Oh, I really want my cat. This is making me really want an animal now.
No one's rubbing that in
it's
at
cruel.
all.
It's cruel. I thought last week I was going to have kittens, 2 kittens and a dog this weekend. And what have I got?
A husband.
I've got Michelle instead to be my friend.
Oh, okay.
I can't have you sat on my lap though. I'm afraid, no.
You could. It'd be a bit weird.
It would be a bit weird. Sometimes when there's lots of us at the house, we do have to sit on each other's laps because there isn't enough sofa spaces for us all. But yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous. Keep your pictures coming in. We like to see pictures. We do also like jokes. So if you want to send some jokes in, I think you're going to have go pretty far to get a better joke than that one about the Rock. That was a really good one. That is one I think we have to keep for Ben. So I can... Actually, Ben's in tomorrow. I'll tell him that joke tomorrow. Yeah, because he's in with Sarah tomorrow after us for the...
Yes, for the last show.
Yeah, exactly. Next thing we're going to have a look at are the Floral collage stamps, which I think I've got just under here, haven't I? One moment. Look, I was just talking. I keep talking all the time. Or did you tell me in the break? I'm so sorry. Do you know what? I looked at them and I forgot to pick them up. These launched earlier this week. Last week. So in here you get the stamps, but you also get this masking piece to put over the top of the item that you stamp, so you can stamp around it. You're getting that perfect mask. So you don't have to create your own mask. This first one is a rose. This next one is, unfortunately, they normally say on the back what they are. This is a sunflower. This one is gerbera. Daisy. What does it say, Daisy? Oh, yeah, all right.
A big stamp at the top.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That one's peony. Okay, let's start again. Peony, sunflower, daisy, rose, echinacea. You've got there. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Look, normally at the back it has something written here which says what it is. It doesn't. It just. I'm going to write them all on the back because it'll make it easier for me and I won't muck it up next time. But these are new and I've seen quite a few people using these on social media already. £35 or $45. Platinum price is £28 or $36. Michelle, are you going to show us how to use these?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to use the Exquisite Echinacea.
Ooh.
They're like tongue twisters all the time.
I know, I think they do it deliberately.
Yeah. They're like Michelle's on. She can't speak English. Let's give her something difficult to say. So you've got that stencil. You've got the beautiful flower. And what stands these apart, what makes these absolutely amazing is all these background stamps, all these different elements that is really going to allow you to build up that collage. Now, don't be frightened when you think of the collage and I can't do that, because you absolutely can. You've probably already done all of these things that you're going to be doing with these, but as soon as we put it in sort of a bundle and put a name on it, you think to yourself, well, I can't do that. I've never done that before. And I think it's a bit like colouring. We instantly put ourselves off. So stamp, watercolour card, my waterproof ink pad, and I'm going to use the black one. So just inking that up, making sure I get all those little bits and bring it round. So I've already got my piece of card cut down, so I've placed this right in the middle. So I've just missed a little bit there and I've missed a little bit there, and actually I can see that it's still on my stamp. So if I come in and I press there and there where I've missed, you can see that it fills it in. So I didn't even need to add more ink, it filled it in for me. So let's lift that off and pop this to the side.
They're very, very much like botanical drawings, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop our stencil over here and create a background. You can do, so if you struggle with the stick and spray, if you don't like to use the, is it stick and spray or stick away? Stick and spray, sort of the repositionable. If you worry that, you struggle, you get it stuck on your image when you've removed it and you don't want to use it that way, then don't. What I always tend to do is I get a little bit of dotty, so I'm just going to put a bit of dotty on each of those petal leaves and then the petal is as well. And I'm going to line that up. So let me just lift that back up and let's try that again. Line that big piece up first and then sort of bring that up into position and then give that a good press down, because when you remove that, you literally, those little bits of dotty that I've popped on there, we're just going to really be able to just rub away with either an eraser or just with your finger. It'll just rub away really easily. So we're going to create a nice inky background. So we're going to go with some greens. So I've picked 3 of my water reactives. So I've gone for grasshopper, pine tree and spring meadow. So when I was at home, this worked really well for me. So we're going to give it a go. It's probably going to end up failing miserably on air, but we're going to do it anyway. So let's pop that to the side.
It won't.
Well, you probably, now I've said, I don't know, now I've said it, I'm hoping that, the universe is going to work for me. So we're just going to pop lots of these different colours just down onto here. So I've got lots of the pine tree, the grasshopper, and then some of the spring meadow. So it's the 3 greens. We're going to spritz. Let me just move my piece of card. So we're going to spritz, get lots of water on there, and then we're going to pick it up. So we're going to, which is why I have used the dotty. So we're going to, it should be sticky enough that when you turn it over, your stencil's not going to fall over or fall off, and we're still going to be able to do this lovely technique, and it's not going to affect underneath that stencil. So obviously you can see on top of the stencil, it's just going to sit there and shouldn't affect it at all. Let's give it a good burnish. Pick up lots of that ink. And it is coming up lovely. Just rubbing. I know I don't need to rub over the middle because that stencil is there. So let's just pick up lots of that ink. Keep going in, just like we always do, until we've got enough picked up. Now, if you feel that it's not sort of coming right up to the edge, just pick a bit of it up on your blending tool, and you can sort of bring it in round those edges with some sort of squishy motions so we don't knock that stencil up. So it did work.
You sound surprised.
Well, I was expecting my stencil to fall off, and so there we go. So what I would do is I'm going to dry that a little, and then we can keep building that colour up if we want. So let's dry that off. There we go. And then let's peel this up. So just a little bit soaked underneath, but that really doesn't matter because we're going to colour over that now anyway, but that tiny little bit I'm not too bothered about at all. If I was really bothered about it, what I would do is let me just bring my water and my paintbrushes in again. If I was really bothered about it, I would get some water, not too wet, and sort of go over there, because you know that using that water, we can sort of pick it up, because it's going to bleach it away. So just a little bit at a time. It's almost like doing a reverse faux bleaching. Add that water to where you don't want that colour, pick it up, and there you go, look, it's gone. Not too bothered about the stem because that's going to be green anyway, so I'm quite happy to leave that little bit of ink on there. So let's have a look. Let's pop those to the side. We're going to colour in this beautiful echinacea. I couldn't think what it was called then, so I'm going to pop some of my pink tulip down. Again, I'm using my water reactives, and I'm going to pop some of my fuchsia down. And again,
What colour was that?
Sorry?
You should go back to those colours.
Back to the fuchsia. I missed that one, didn't I? So again, you saw me sort of doing it before, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to add lots of that pink. I'm going to add more to the sort of inside. And again, you're going to take longer and more time doing it than me. But even though I am going quick, it still turns out beautiful. So there we go. So adding all that, I'm going to get all of that off of my brush. And then I'm just going to come in with that pink tulip, so the lighter one, and I'm going to come up towards it. And again, it's just going to blend up.
Gaz says I love only messy backgrounds. I think they look really good. I like
Yes.
them. It gives you a very modern feel, doesn't it?
It does. It absolutely does. I must admit, I haven't been able to play with these as much as I've wanted to, but the little bit that I have, I've had so much fun because I love that you can create the background with all those tiny little stamps that sort of come with it. So let's, and again, I'm just painting it on. Add a little bit of water and then just drag that out. I'm happy to leave little bits of white space because I think it adds to the effect. I like those little bits of white space. I think our initial reaction is to colour them all in, but again, because you're doing sort of this collage style, it just works beautifully. So then what we're going to do is, I think it's dry enough, just bring in your paintbrush in. You're going to do the little faux bleaching effect, get lots of dots on there. And you know, the longer you leave it on, the more it's sort of going to bleach up. Let's take it off.
Oh yeah.
It just comes out so lovely. So then what we're going to do is let me grab a rocker block, because your rocker blocks are absolutely perfect for this. So you're going to bring in all these stamps, and this is where you're going to have, I know I haven't coloured that ink, it's because I haven't picked up that ink pad for that one. I will do that in a second. Bring in your black, bring in your flagstone, bring in your pebble, because you've got all those different depths of sort of blacks, different strengths, and a collage works absolutely perfect for that. So what we're going to do is, let me bring in this stencil again. So it's still got that sticky on the back, so I'm going to pop that back on there, because when I pop that on there, we obviously don't want it to go over the image. Just ink that up, pop that there, and you've got that lovely, I don't know what that is called, but I love it. It reminds me of some wallpaper my mum used to have when I was younger. Let's go off the page.
It looks like a wall sconce.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So let me pop that one back, and then we're going to bring in this one. And this is where I'm going to bring in a spare piece of card. Have I got a spare piece? Let's bring this in. So I'm going to go with my pebble, but what I'm going to do is I want to stamp it off, and then I want to go in with it, because obviously it makes, you've got all those different depths that you're going to create on this. So let's do that one again, and then maybe pop that one there. So when I was building up that scene earlier with the Kingfisher collection,
yeah,
that's what you're going to do with this. You're going to build up that scene, you're going to have a lot of fun just playing about with all of these. So let's bring that in. So bring the pebble in again. Just take that off a little bit. And don't forget, you want to overlap these as well. Don't feel like you've got one stamp somewhere, you can't overlap it, because you can. It's just sort of the beauty of it. Let's bring that one down. Have I done that one upside down? I don't think it matters, does it?
No, I don't think so.
There we go. So, and then let's bring in this one. I love this one. Again.
And none of the backgrounds are replicated, are they?
No.
Throughout, so you can use them for all sorts of different designs.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then one more there. Just be careful when you pop it over your stencil, because it's going to want to slide a little bit, but bringing that off.
Just so good.
It's when you do that reveal, even when you're at home on your own and it makes you that happy, it is so absolutely worth it. So I'm going to bring in a piece of black card. I'm going to pop it on there. So let me add some tape to this. It'll probably be easy because that's still a little bit damp. And I know I still haven't coloured that middle bit in, have I? Oh, well, let me bring in. Needs a little bit of orange, doesn't it? Let me just grab my orange. Or honey pot, I think, maybe. I've got a little bit of both down, so that will mix up. Oh, it's there. Beautifully. So let's just add that nice and quick. That'll do. I'm quite happy with that colour. And then, so I'm going to bring in my card base. So I've already done a background, a big background, in exactly the same way that you've just seen me doing. The only difference that you're going to do is you're going to have to do stamping a little bit at a time. So you're going to mask that flower off, do your stamps around that flower, and then mask that flower off and do your stamps around that flower. So it's just going to take a little bit longer, but that's the fun of it, building up that huge...
That looks amazing.
...background.
I do like it when you create a background out of the stamps, but that is, you know, another step beyond that, isn't it?
It is. Again, it's with these kind of sort of stamps, you've got the ability to be able to do that. So if you've got like paper pads at home and you've not got quite the right paper pad, then whatever it is that you are using, these stamps, other stamps, anything, you can just so personalise it, even obviously down to all the colours. It's going to match perfectly. Let me just... So I'm going to pop this right in the middle. So it almost seems a shame to cover it up, doesn't it?
It does. I was thinking exactly that, all that work that you put underneath.
Yeah, so I mean, but the thing is, if you are creating a background, you know you're going to go on top of it. You don't necessarily need to put as much attention to detail in that inside bit. You could just definitely concentrate on the outside element. So actually, pop a second one on that, because that's hanging off, so it's going to be deeper. So pop that there. And I'm not going to do anything else to that. I think when you create a collage background like that, I don't feel bows and things sort of needed. I think it just works all by itself.
That's beautiful. Really clever. Oh, I like that.
Thank you.
So this is using our new floral collage stamps. This first one here, I've written on the back of them now, so I know what they are. This is your echinacea. So you can see how, from looking at that demo with Michelle, exactly what you're going to be getting on here. So you're going to get those stamps here to the background as well as the foreground of the actual flower, and you get that mask as well. This next one is your peony. They look so amazing once they've all been put together. This is your sunflower. And of course, you're going to get the masks for each one in here. And this is your daisy. And this is your rose. And the one I didn't show you earlier on is your sentiments that come with it as well. So almost like a typewriter sentiment that you've got on here, but quite a large font. So this whole collection, all of those flowers as well as the sentiments, is £35 or $45. Platinum price is £28 or $36. Christy Mahoney says, what? I can make my own backgrounds. I didn't have to buy all these paper pads. Just kidding.
You need to do that as well.
She said that is just gorgeous. Beth says it's absolutely beautiful. It looks really, really good. Speaking of beautiful, we've got more beautiful things to show us in photo form. What can we see them now? Oh, that's from Dita. Who's he called? Milo.
Oh, Milo.
Her new grand pup. Oh, you want to give his tummy a big squish, don't you?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really cute. Oh, I like that. Oh, he's very cute. Oh my goodness! Oh,
yes.
oh, what is he? Dachshund. Oh, he's so cute.
Have you seen dachshunds when they walk? They sort of prance, don't they?
That's what Deck's got.
Is it?
Yeah, he's got a dachshund. Yeah, they do. They're very sweet. When they're little tiny puppies, their little feet are legs are so small, aren't they? There was a lady that I saw, and she was really concerned about the dog walking along because it kept getting chewing gum stuck to his underside of his tummy because his legs were so small. Oh, that is gorgeous. And we've got one of a cat from Sue. Oh my gosh, that's a very majestic cat, isn't it? Oh, Cookie the Maine Coon. Now, the Maine Coons are very affectionate, aren't they?
Oh.
They're not standoffish, Maine Coons. Oh. They're really affectionate. I understand. Useless information, Becky. Oh, they are beautiful. Thank you very much for sending those in. Gaz says, Michelle, Aaron said that your background looks amazing, just like one of the paper pads.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe it should be Michelle paper pad.
Yes.
Oh.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
This works. I've just knocked it over.
Oh, did you?
And there's just a tiny little bit of water came out.
Well done.
Just a tiny little bit of water here. I love it.
Well, I'm
If
glad
I wasn't
Michelle-
impressed before, I'm even more impressed now that it really does work.
I'm glad you didn't ruin anything, because I was a bit worried every time you brought that cup out. And actually, I've never worked with you when you brought the cup of water out before. You've done it every show today. So it's been worrying me considerably. Well done, Michelle. We are going to take a quick
For knocking
break.
it over.
No, for showing us that it works.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was doing.
We're going to take a quick break and give you the opportunity to check out your baskets, and we will see you in a couple of moments.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. Well, we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Marsh, Chautauqua Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Bay, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mapleton, San Jose, Enniscorp, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheepshead Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwell, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Temple Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Villa, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Elsmere, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Memphis, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Spinton. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinewood, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic's, St. Cloud, St. Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Ramble City. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. Crafting Sawbrook and Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Glover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man. We craft everywhere. From over here to there, man. We craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man. We craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We prepped in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We prepped in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Sawston, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne, and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
I sang every single word along with Ben in that, and whew, I'm out of breath now. Couldn't if I tried. I mean, that is such a good song. I can't believe that he managed to squeeze all of those places in there, but didn't include London. I don't know, Ben. I don't know.
He didn't, did he?
He didn't. He didn't include. They were quite. He said he was going to do another one, didn't he? And put in places that he'd missed out on. But he's got waylaid with other songs. Yes. Looking forward to the album coming out next year. I don't know if there is one, but you know, who knows. Right, the next thing I'm going to show you are the floral panel dies. These are the Creator Card ones. And the first one I've got is your foxglove. So you'll see in here you get two different panels in here, as well as the dies to cut around the edge. So you can cut them into card or you cut them out of card. So this first one is your foxglove. The next one is your Helleborus. It works in exactly the same way. And the final one is your gerbera. So you can see you've got different panels down here. You've got the dies to cut around, so you can create them into a complete panel, or you can just use the inside panel and cut them into your card. £23 or $27, £18.40 or $21.60 is your platinum price for these. These are absolutely gorgeous. I really like these. I got these as soon as they came out. I've really enjoyed playing around with these. Are you going to do a demo with these, Michelle?
Yes.
Lovely. Which one can I choose?
You can choose if you're choosing between Helleborus and Helleborus.
I want foxglove. I was going to go for Helleborus anyway.
Was you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't me.
Helleborus is the one I'm going to pick. Someone's been using it because they've not cleaned out that die.
Oh, it wouldn't have been me. I have my own set at home. It's not me. Don't put the blame on me. Let's blame Lily.
Don't blame you. Yes, let's blame Lily.
Let's blame Lily.
So we're going to do a double Z fold card. So it's a nice small one. So it's 10 by 5.
Yeah.
I've already got some paper and card matte and layered for those pieces. We'll pop those on in a minute. And then this is that double Z. So let's pop that here. So we're going to use that on here. I'm not going to use the outside die because I don't need to. I'm going to use just that inside die. So if I can pop that off.
So explain to me again, how do you make a Z fold card? What's the easiest way of doing it?
So the easiest way of doing it is you're going to get your full sheet of card.
Yeah.
So when I started off with mine, it was 7 by 10.
Yeah.
So 7 by 10 inches. Score the whole thing in half, and then so you're going to score it at 5.5. Well, 10. So you're going to score it at 5, and you're going to score it at 2.5, all the way down.
Yeah.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut your Z fold off, because then you know that your score lines are absolutely perfect.
Right.
So then you're going to cut whatever it is. This is 2 inches, so you're going to cut your 2 inches off your 2.5 inches, and then you're just obviously going to flip it round.
Okay.
So that's the easiest way to do it.
Right.
Right, so we're going to run this through. So I've done this at this particular size because it's just absolutely perfect for this panel to sit in. So I'm going to bring in some tape because I don't want it to move at all. I want it to stay exactly where I'm popping it. So let's tape that down. And then that one as well. And then bring in my plates. And it doesn't matter that that bit is hanging off the end. because they're the smaller plates going through the bigger machine, the card hanging off the end, it doesn't matter, you can't see. I've got all my cards in front of it, haven't I? But you can see it's made no difference. It doesn't cause it any harm at all by doing that. So let's peel this back very gentle. Let's bring in my pokey tool for this side. Now you can run that back through and emboss it. So with your embossing rubber mat, what it's going to do is it's going to give you or your flowers a real lovely emboss. I mean, it already looks amazing, the emboss on it anyway. So can you see the emboss on there?
Yeah, you can.
So, you know, you run it back through and obviously that's going to be a lot deeper. But because I'm going to colour it in, you can look at that. How amazing. And that's without the rubber embossing mat. Right, so we're going to colour it in. They're right here next to me. I've just got a couple of my tri-blends. So I have got my antique pink and I've got my dull green. So let me just bring in a spare piece of card just to pop underneath. And then let's colour it in. So I'm going to start with my lightest. And I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to colour it all in. I'm guessing, or I'm making an educated guess as to where the sort of petal ends and the sort of leaf and foliage begins. So all the way up to there. So I'm laying all of my lightest down first. And I'm going to come in with my darkest. And those embossing lines are the sort of what's going to give me an idea as to where to add the dark, to give me sort of those shaded areas. So I'm just following those really. There we go. And then I'm going to come in with my mid and we're going to colour those out. There we go. I've had to lean back a little bit. I definitely need to go get some, I think I need to admit that I'm getting on a little bit and I need some bifocals or varifocals.
Oh, we've all got varifocals here now, I think. Both Debbie's and I have got varifocals.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I've got one short-sighted eye and one long-sighted eye, just
Oh,
to be
really?
really difficult. So
Yeah.
I find it quite difficult to see the screen when I'm here. I can see what's down here, but I find it quite difficult. It takes me a little bit of time to focus on the screen.
I knew Debbie Robinson had got some because she
Yeah.
was struggling a little bit with them, wasn't she?
Yeah. I think you're right. You know, you come to a point where you're like, oh, I'm going to have to just admit, no, I'm going to need them now.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. I definitely do. I've got separate reading glasses. So I'm short-sighted. Yeah, I'm short-sighted. Well, I'm just blind now. I think I'm basically nearly legally blind. It's as simple as that. So if I'm painting my nails on a night, I have to put my glasses on the end of my nose,
Yeah.
look over them to paint my nails,
Yeah.
and then look through them to find where the nail varnish bottle is, and then look over them to paint my nails.
So looking over them like a school teacher.
Yes. It's such a pain.
When my brother-in-law went to have an eye test, because he thought maybe he might need glasses, and they said, okay, you know, he hadn't been for an eye test before, and they said, we're going to show you the screen with some letters on it. And he went, okay. And then they said, we were going to read them out. He said, okay. And they went, so go on then. And he went, well, where's the screen? And his eyes were so bad. They said they'd never seen anybody with eyesight that bad that hadn't been in for an eye test before.
Really?
And, when he came home, he had was looking at the TV with the glasses, and he was like, "Oh, that's HD TV. I can see what everyone's been going on about. I can actually see all of the people playing football." Whereas before it was just a bit of a blur. I hadn't realised quite how bad it was.
Oh, bless him.
But,
That's funny though.
I think you just sort of, work gets in the way and all that kind of thing, doesn't it? It's one of those things you keep thinking we must do. But we really reap the benefits when we get your eyes sorted out.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, not funny, mean funny, but it did tickle me. That was mean. I didn't mean it in a mean way. It just tickled me because I know how he feels.
Yeah.
Take my glasses off. I can't see a thing.
I don't think I've ever seen you without glasses.
I take my glasses off at home, and the kids say I look really weird.
I suppose it's like seeing anyone without what they're used to.
I love myself without glasses. I hate wearing glasses.
I think your glasses look really cool.
I was considering contact lenses at one point.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Corinne was telling me that she has to have a slightly different prescription in them, so she can't quite see certain things. I was like, well, what's the point?
Well, I don't know how you can get contact lenses if you need varifocals. I don't understand that.
You can get varifocal contact lenses.
But how does that work?
Because they're weighted. So when you put them in your eye, they flip the right way up. I know. Because I asked my...
Because I could imagine I'd put them round inside out and upside down, and I'd be all a bit, not sure what's going on.
Yeah, because I asked my Ben, exactly the same thing, because he said, why don't you get some? And I was like, how does that even work? And he gave me that bemused look, like he always does, when I've asked something very obvious.
Well, it wasn't obvious to me.
Well, no, it wasn't obvious to me either.
No.
Thank you. But he said, they've got, obviously, they're not heavy, but they've got enough weight in them that it flips them round.
Right.
I'm like, that's so clever. So clever. I'm not going to finish colouring that one off because I've already got one coloured in. But I'm going to bring in sort of so this is my gold plate metallic. And again, you've got two different nibs on here. You've got that lovely bullet and you've got a brush nib on here. And then all we're going to do with this is we're just going to put lots of those little stameny bits in the middle. If you can get away with adding something metallic or glittery.
Oh, that works really well.
Yeah. Yeah, it just adds something, doesn't it? And then, so this is the one that I've already finished. The only difference is I've put a lot more of my darkest one. So what did I use? Antique Pink Blend. So I've just gone heavier on the dark with this one, as you can see. And again, with the green, I've used dark to mid to light, whereas on this one, I just used my mid and my light. So nothing different except for that, obviously, except for I've used the other dye. So you get two dyes and they're both different. So I've used the other one on that side. So I've got it across the whole complete Z fold. So if I pop that to the side, and then we're going to bring this in. So we're going to pop it all together now. So I've got this lovely paper and then card, all ready made up with that gold metallic pen just round the edges. Let me see if I can get this. Is that finger lift tape? It's finger lift, but can I finger lift that tape? Can I, heckers? There we go. So let's pop this in here.
Where's that paper from?
I have no idea.
One of those ones in your stash.
It's, you know what? I've wrote down Wildflower, no, that's the stamp set. Summer Meadow.
Oh, okay.
Is it? Does that look like the Summer Meadow? It might be the reverse side, which is why I'm not recognising it. but someone watching will probably either correct me or confirm that it is.
It's not one I recognise, but you say if it's the B-side, sometimes you don't see those as often, do you?
That's it. And I think because I've edged it round with the gold, again, it sort of throws you a little bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to pop this on here. So we're going to be using dotty tape pen. You can either use a little bit of wet glue around the outside if you want, but you're definitely going to be popping, you dot it in the middle. So let's dot it on there. I'm going to in fact, yeah, I'm going to use, this is me just having a conversation with myself at the minute.
That's all right, we all do it. Susie, who is our social media superstar today, says she thinks it looks like the B-side of a wildflower paper.
Oh, so I am right.
Yeah.
Did I put, no, I've put some meadow, haven't I? It might be. I might have got those two mixed up then. Because I've got wildflower stamp set. That is the wildflower stamp set, isn't it? Stop and smell the flowers.
Someone will know.
I know.
But then it's always quite good to, it's such an inoffensive, easy print, isn't it? I suppose it could belong to anything.
Yeah. I think that's the nice thing. Sometimes the fact that I've used the back of a piece of the paper and I don't recognise it, you know, just goes to show that actually you buy a paper pad thinking it's going to be something in particular, but you're always going to have lots of pages and papers in there that you can use for so many different things other than what it's intended for. So I'm just giving that a burnish because you've got that intricate die cut area. And also, sometimes if you've got just a tiny little bit of glue popping through, that takes it out. So there we go. So just my sentiment then to stop and smell the flowers. I'm going to pop that just up here. There we go. So if I move my stuff to the side, and there we go. So those lovely floral panels, I just adore them.
That's beautiful. It's such a simple design, but it really works, doesn't it? Love that. Well, actually, could you get your mix together so we can do a vote while I just quickly recap on these? Is
Yes,
that okay?
absolutely.
So these are the floral panel creator card dies. This first one is your gerbera. This next one is your box glub. That's what my daughter used to call them, glubs. Fox glub. And the Helleborus is the one that you've just seen Michelle using. Beautiful set of dies, just £23 or $27. Platinum is £18.40 or $21.60. You've made some beautiful, I'm saying it like I'm surprised. You always make beautiful makes. Wow, you've made really good stuff today. Talk us through what you've made.
Right, so number one was the Say It With Flowers, me showing you how to create just a couple of flowers without all of your gizmos. Your gizmos obviously make it a lot easier, but when you just want to do one or two, it just gives you such a different look. So number one.
Yep.
Number two.
Yep.
Was the one we did for Becky with those cut and embossed dies. So that's number two. Number three is those collage stamps.
Yeah.
And then number four was that that one, floral panel. I've just done it and I've already forgot what it's called.
It's on the screen as well.
It is. Oh, I didn't see that.
Brilliant. If you can get your votes in 1, 2 or 3, and then obviously we have to vote for demo of the day. We all know what's going to win on that. No, I don't think there is any point doing, because if you did not watch the earlier show, the earlier craft along, you missed out on a great show, but obviously you can watch it back. But you will be massively inspired. I'm going to see so many of these trains. They're going to fill my Facebook feed, I'm sure. Another item which you would like to see, I don't doubt, are our Christmas floral spray stamp and die collection that we've got. This first one here is your festive poinsettia. So in here you're going to be getting the die, and you're also going to be getting the stamps to create those flowers as well as the sentiments in there. The next one is your winter blessings, which has got a helleborus, a Christmas rose, and with all of those sentiments as well as the dies and stamps. This next one is your ring out those bells. With the bells here, that lovely bow and that sort of spray of foliage there as well. Next one is your Christmas bow. Once again, you're going to be getting the dies to cut them out, but you've actually got the dies in two separate pieces, so you can use them as an edgeable as well if that's what you want to do. So it makes them very usable. Next one is your festive banner, and once again you'll get the dies and the stamps to create the sentiments in here as well. And then finally we have your cozy by candlelight with the little candles and the pine cones. That's a great price again. Look at that, for all of these, £25 or $30. Platinum is £20 or $24. It is 6 sets of dies altogether, or six different designs. Of course, you're getting more dies in that because you're able to cut out one side or both sides and makes them very, very flexible. Stephanie says, that is beautiful, Michelle. And Rosalind said, where did the time go? I don't know. It's gone zooming fast, absolutely zooming fast. You've got a demo you can do with these ones, do you?
Yes.
Can you fit one in?
I think so.
Go on, go for it.
So. We're on a roll today. I think I can do it. So these are another die set. And again, you're probably sick of hearing us all say that, but it's all true every time we say it. So you've got those two beautiful stamps, and what I love about this is you've got those two dies in there for that main stamp.
I'm sorry, can I interrupt you, please?
Of course.
Just for a laugh. I haven't got anything to say. Oh. No, really. I've got the winner for demo of the show, so we can get the demo of the show, so we can get demo of the day done. It is number 3. Well done, Michelle. I'm going to come over and get it so we can start the demo of the day. Yeah, I'm going over here. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Such a long way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's huge, this.
It's a long way. It's a long way. Right, just before I'm just going to get the demos done here so we can get the vote. All right. They were all lovely, but there's one in particular. Yeah. Number 1. It's great. Number 2. Choo-choo! The chocolate choo-choo train. And number 3. Look, I'll show you the back. Look here. Look, Becky 1. Look, chocolate. Here. Chocolate. Here, stamens. And they are all brilliant. Let me just go back. 1, 2, 3. But I think we all know that is superlative. That's my winner. I know. It's like a...
I love that word.
Superlative, yeah.
Superlative.
We'll use it tomorrow.
Yes.
See if we can use it a couple more times today. Right, let's get started with that demo, otherwise we won't get it finished. But get your votes in if you could, please.
Right, OK, so you've got the beautiful stamp. You've got the 2 dies, which means you can cut it out on one edge or the other, or cut it out fully, which is, I love that. But what you've also got is you've got the die for that decorative element as well. So sometimes, you get your stamps, those extra decorative bits, so you don't necessarily get a die. You do with us. So I'm going to bring this in because I've already stamped it out, so you can see it's that beautiful, huge die. I've got my Nina cardstock, so it means I've used one of my alcohol-proof ink pads. I've just picked a few of my Spectrum, my tri-blends, sorry, and we're just going to colour a little bit of this in. I'm going to colour that bow in because I want to show you how sort of easy it is. So let me just check that I've picked the right colour. I have. So to give it that lovely sort of curve on there, we're going to add just a little bit of the ink. So we're going in with the lightest, just round that edge. And then we're going to sort of come all the way up to it from the other side with the same colour, so the lightest, and then you've got that preserved highlight there.
Okay.
We're going to go in with the darkest, just on that edge, and then just very quickly go up there, bring this in as well. You're going to go over that with your mid. Let me do it this way, it's just easier for me to colour down. And then we're going to go back over the edge of that with that lightest, but I'm going to leave that highlight in the middle. So I'm going to go all the way over that, and we're going to leave that lovely highlight in the middle. And what it gives you straight away that movement and that definition in that bow. I definitely don't have time to finish all of this up, but you carry on doing the same thing. You've got that beautiful coloured in image. So I used my coral blends for those. I used my jade green and then my alpine green, just a little bit of red there to create that one. And then what I've done is, so I've just got a lovely card base, but I've used one of these dies to cut. Have I not that one? Try the other one.
It's very clever that we've given you those dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those edges.
So I've used that die on there. I've just trimmed down, and then what that allows me to do is pop that on here. Now, I mean, I would trim obviously that bit down, but I don't necessarily need to get rid of any of that, because then what I've done with the opposite die, so it's the opposite die to the one I used here, is we're going to pop that on there. Obviously, we're going to trim that up a little bit. You're going to mat and layer that over. We're going to have one of these in the corner. I've got a lovely from our home to yours. But then if I bring in the pièce de résistance, if I bring in this and just lift it, so on here, absolutely, of course, glossy highlights. I've popped some in the middles here. I've popped some on all of those berries, and that whole bow I've used the glossy highlights. I just bring in a paintbrush that I use to sort of just blob it out, I spread it out with my paintbrush, let it dry, and you have got such a beautiful, look, there you go.
Oh, wow.
Look at the glossy highlights on that. So if I turn that round, I know I didn't sort of finish it, but I did have all the steps for you to see sort of how it's put together, but put together so simply.
That is beautiful. Oh, I like that very much. I'm going to keep you in your suspenders about the winner of that. I'm going to quickly flip through these so you can see. This first one here is your cozy by candlelight. There's the first one here. The next one you've got here is your Christmas bow. We then have your festive poinsettia. This one is your winter blessings. Ring out the bells. And then this one is your festive banner. For all of these, just £25 or $30. Platinum price is £20 or $24. Wow. Which one won? Now let me think. Which one could it possibly be? I don't quite know how to tell you, but it was, of course, this one. Unsurprising, fantastic. Rosalind says you set the bar really high for Demo of the Year. Absolutely you have. That is gorgeous. Love that. Michelle, it's you and me tomorrow all day. Well, until the evening when it's going to be Ben and Sarah, but we'll see you bright and early at 7 o'clock, 11 o'clock tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.